There was a book launch at the Supermarket Art Bar in Kensington Market on 7th April, and it was a culturally diverse celebration uniting two countries, India and Brazil. The first title, Indian Voices, Volume 1, featured 66 emerging Indian writers from around the world who have contributed prose and poetry for this anthology. Many writers based in GTA were involved in this event. Out of them, many have been published for the first time. On the same program, the second book launched was a book of poetry entitled Hearts and Souls, written by Leopoldo Maradella, a Brazilian who migrated to Toronto in 1986. Mrs. Preeti Saran, the Consul General of India, and Ambassador Afonso Cardoso, the Consul General of Brazil, were in attendance.
Hi guys, thanks for tuning in at CMRTV. This is Sofanyeta at Indian Voices Volume 1 and Hearts and Soul event.
I'm Preeti Saran. I'm the Indian Consul General, and I've been invited here because there is a launch of a book of people of Indian origin who've written. The authors are of Indian origin. That's how I've been invited.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Is there anything you would like the multicultural community to know about your message and your arrival?
Well, first of all, I'd like to convey my very best wishes to the viewers of this beautiful channel, which celebrates multiculturalism, which is something that we in India celebrate as well, and something which is celebrated in this beautiful country of Canada. In this context, we are very happy. I'm very happy to be part of this launch of two books. One is an anthology of creations by people of Indian origin, authors of Indian origin, and the other is by a Brazilian author. So it's great to be part of this multicultural event which has an Indian authors and Brazilian authors in Canada.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We're with Mary Ellen Cordesil, and she's the organizer for this book launch. How are you feeling tonight?
Fabulous. We've just got them packed to the rafters, and I think all the authors involved in both books are just ecstatic. Like, it's really an exciting night.
So how do you feel a night like this contributes to multiculturalism?
Well, I think we've got people from every culture, and what I liked the most, a lot of the women had their traditional Indian outfits, and they're so elegant, and it's an opportunity for them to really enjoy their culture. And I've met people from all over the world tonight. You know, it's fabulous.
I see it excites you. Has multiculturalism always been a big part of your life?
Yes. I work with a lot of authors. I have a PR business, and I love working with multicultural authors because I think a lot of them are new immigrants, and they're really happy to get their book out, and they're writing in a new language. A lot of them don't speak English, and it's a challenge, and I love to work with them.
Thank you. And in terms of literary contribution, how do you feel that our community at large can benefit by alternative messages that speak about multiculturalism?
Well, I think Toronto's the best city in the world. We have the biggest population, multicultural-wise, and I'm all for it. I think whatever you're doing, you learn so much from every different culture. And I have myself personally. It's been amazing.
In this journey, I can imagine it being either stressful or emotional or just putting it all together, because we all have our different experiences with multiculturalism as well as writing. How did your experience go through this journey?
Well, I think I found people from India who are authors. Their writing is amazing. Like it's totally different from someone from Canada, and I really try to appreciate that fact, and we try to highlight it in their book. And when they're at a book signing or reading, we certainly try to do that. But I think the writers are wonderful. Indian-based writers are fabulous. And then we also have a Brazilian book launch as well. It's a joint one. And I've met so many great people from Brazil. And Leo's poetry, we've launched his book. It is very, very, it's spiritual, and it's love, and it's good things.
It's a human thing.
Absolutely.
Multiculturalism, this is just such a human thing. And just
You're right. Yeah, it is. I think it brings everybody together, and like tonight's event.
Tonight.
That's right.
Thank you so much. You have done such a positive thing, and we appreciate you talking to us.
My pleasure.
Thank you. We're here with Dr. DaCosta, and she put together this amazing book launch to celebrate multiculturalism. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Are you excited about the turnout of the event?
Oh yeah, I normally have the turnout, but today is really good. I mean, I like when people come together and there's this all different cultures together. We had Brazilians, we have Indians, and we've got Canadians, all kinds of people, and I think this is great.
You know, I was listening to you speak, and you talked about how you had to give poetry a chance to see how it spoke alternative messages. How do you think the collection is going to progress multiculturalism?
I think what is important for all of us to remember is that because of our accent, the rhythm is always going to be different for different cultures. So we should be open to newer rhythms, to understanding that a rhythm in poetry does not have to be the iambic pentameter that is laid out by Britain in the way they spoke, but it's going to be laid out by how all of us speak.
And as you're going through the process of organizing this whole thing, how was the journey like? Was it stressful? Was it nostalgic? Was it therapeutic?
I love doing things because it makes people happy. All these authors, they're so thrilled about the evening. Look at this. I mean, everyone's excited, right? They're still here. And we're going to have music. The musicians are going to be fantastic. So, what more do you want? How wouldn't you not like this, you know?
Yes. I got to tell you guys, Miss Dr. DaCosta, I lassoed her today, and she just gracefully went with it. So this event is really an embodiment of your spirit. Thank you so much for doing this. And thank you for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you for coming here, having me on your show.
Thank you. Fantastic. Hi guys, so I'm here with Leopoldo Perinella, and you have to say it with that oomph. He is the writer of Heart and Soul, which is one of the books that's celebrated in this book launch. How are you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
Are you excited to see all this enthusiasm about the book?
Very excited. I never expected this party, and a lot of people turned out. It's great to see people here, enjoying the show. It's great.
How can you not expect it?
Yes,
I've thrown the party.
Yeah.
Your eyes are wide open.
Yeah.
In terms of your book, how do you want the public to perceive it in terms of contributing to multiculturalism?
Well, like Jasmine has said before, it's very important for the communities to start seeing poetry as it is, who is saying and who is telling the poet, the poem. Is it a person from Brazil or somebody from India, and try to understand what is a person bringing into his or her poetry, the culture, the custom, the accent, So all this is important.
And as an artist and as a local, and having a background that is Brazilian, what was the journey of that book to this day? How would you describe it? Was it stressful? Was it therapeutic for you? How did it make you feel to get there and now?
Well, it's always stressful, planning, and thank God I had Jasmine. That I wouldn't have been able to do it alone. There's so many little things, particular to see, to read, So there she was, commanding, total in control.
Don't believe that because this is a control.
Oh no! We're gonna have a thumb war to settle that.
But it is frightening in a way because I am not a Canadian native, so English is not my primary language. So I have to make sure I write properly now in such a way that everybody will be able to understand and to read and enjoy the book.
Well, I think it's important that you went through that because that is one of the struggles that multiculturalism does go through. Thank you so much for the book. Thank you so much for the event and contributing to multiculturalism. And thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.